Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody slept well. I slept pretty well. I went to bed early. This time change has got me all like, coffee, coffee, coffee. I'm like, I can't snap out of it. I need share. Psh, snap out of it. So last night the kids were fighting. And, kids fight. I get it. It's what they do. But I am watching how they fight. And I'm seeing certain behaviors emerge. I mean, kids are born, I think, with a certain personality, and by 5-ish, you can pretty much figure out who they're going to be if left to their own devices. So I was watching my kids fight last night, and I was listening to them, and I sat them all down. After bedtime, we read some books and we talked about the election. What is an election? What does that mean? We were talking about that because they hear things and they know President Obama is the president, but they don't really know what does that mean. So we were just talking about different things. And I said, I want to talk to you guys about the way you fight with each other. Fighting is normal. Totally get it. In life, disagreements are normal. I explained to them, you will fight with your brother and your sister, you will fight with your two sisters, whatever. You will also, as you get older, have fights with friends. You will fight with loved ones. You will fight with me. Normal. Disagreements, fights, periods of time where you're angry and you don't want to speak. And I said, do you know what the strongest part of your body is? So of course they were like, my fist, my leg, my foot, my head. And I said, no, it's your tongue. My tongue is so soft. I said, yeah, but it controls your words. And words hurt worse than any physical pain you can deal with. Words have lasting effect. Words can damage people long term. So I have already explained to them that I used to be a bully and used to say things purposefully to hurt people, because intent is a big part of pain. It is a lot easier to forgive someone when they truly didn't mean to hurt you, but intent is hard. So I explained to them that what they do now becomes habit. How they fight now becomes habit. So I'm not going to ever stop them from fighting, but can I make it a healthier way of communicating anger or disappointment? I'd like to think so. I'm at least going to try, because what you put up with in life, you end up with. That is real. What you put up with, you will end up with. So if you allow people to cut you down with their words, anyone, friend, lover, mother, whatever, you will end up with that. And I don't want my son to be easily manipulated by women. I just don't. I don't live that way, and I don't want him to live that way. And I also don't want my daughters to be manipulators. That doesn't work for me either. I also think that there is something significantly upsetting about people who fight and immediately go below the belt. I think it shows greater insecurity. And I see that in my oldest. And I used to be that person. What's the point of mincing words? Why go back and forth when I can cut you right down at the ankles from the door and end it? Shows greater insecurity, because I don't really want people to see whatever shortcomings you're going to point out in this fight. I need to nip this in the bud. And so as part of Olivia's defense, she has learned to go for the jugular. And I see myself in her. And it's upsetting to me. So I'm talking to them about all of this, and I'm explaining to them that it is so much healthier, using the word healthy and unhealthy, to take whatever the actual issue is that you're angry about and address only that. If Olivia is upset, and I'm using this as a metaphor, you guys are not Olivia and you're not Max, but you get it. If Olivia is upset that Max stole her Shopkin, she does not need to immediately go to the, you need help reading place. That because A, it's unnecessary. B, my son will eventually become numb, and I'll be damned if that's going to happen. I will not put a man into the world who is numb. I just won't do it. And I don't want her to be so angry that she goes for the jugular. So I said to her, let's try it better. Max steals your Shopkin. What's a better way to process that? How do you deal with the actual situation and not tap into a place of insecurity, not tap into a place of such anger that you need to cut him down, right? Because you'll become like the boy who cried wolf, right? You cut people down for every infraction. It's like, how do we know when you're really hurting if you're going for the jugular for every infraction? I mean, I spent a decade going for the jugular over a parking spot. So I was always ready to fight for everything. There was no, you could steal my parking spot or spit on my mother. There was no range of reaction. It was 0 to 60 for every infraction. So after talking to Olivia, she finally said, well, I could explain to him that stealing is wrong and that I won't play with him if he does that. I'm like, okay, that is so much more healthy. You can simply say to him, if you steal my things, I can't trust you. So, and I'd like to play with you, but I don't want to play with you if I can't trust you. And I was like, Max, do you understand that? That if you take Olivia's toys when she's not looking, she won't be able to trust you. And you're her brother and she wants to be able to trust you. And he was like, yes, but I really wanted it and she wouldn't give it to me. I said, I understand that, but you can't steal it. And here's why. So we can do a borrowing game where you borrow it for 30 minutes and get to play with it and then give it back, blah, blah, blah. We went through all that. But more importantly, I said to them, it would be like if mommy took you to the hospital for a splinter. You know, you can't overreact. You can't go from 0 to 60 for every infraction around here because I'm just not going to allow it. I just will not allow it. We will not fight that way because children who fight that way become adults who fight that way. My sister Carolyn and I fought that way. We became teenagers who fought that way. We said the meanest things to each other. My mother would cry and beg us not to do it to each other. It was too late. And now we're grown women who still feel the need to apologize for the things we said to each other. That's how nasty they were. And I just won't have it. So my point of sharing this with you is so many of us come from a place of insecurity when we feel hurt. So we go for the jugular. But we've got to find healthier ways to fight with each other because words have lasting effects. There's got to be a better way to do it. All right. I love you so much today. Have a great day.